That's part of the reason. I mean, a good part of the reason, right? Why I got into this business is because, like, hey, I see people making money, if and sometimes not so much, not as much as they would want, but
Right.
still, for the most part, on the long run, always making money,
Right.
right? If you hold on to a house for 20 years,
Yeah.
you're gonna make money,
Right.
I
right?
bought a house in '06. If I still own that same house, it is up almost 100%.
Right.
Probably pretty darn close. I bought it for like 6. I mean, it's not 1.2 over by Henry Mayo, but it's over a mil.
That's what I've heard. Statistically,
Yeah.
over 20 years, you'll double.
Yeah.
Well, the average, like what?
And that's with the biggest crash in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take that into consideration.
Sure, it goes up, it goes down, but it averages out to like a
But
double.
with the biggest crash in the history of the real estate market, that thing is still almost double with the biggest crash factored in that timeline. So stupid me should have kept it.
Right.
What do you guys think about, like, for example, somebody like Grant Cardone, who says you should rent and you should never buy?
Well, I think that's not, I think if you rent strategically. It's okay to be a renter, but then use your money wisely and invest, right? So you
Okay.
can be a renter
Okay.
and a homeowner, right?
Explain that a little bit more.
So I will explain. I actually currently rent.
Okay.
I'm a renter and I love my rental. My landlord has a deal to never raise my rent and never boot me out, and my kids love where we live. Right after my divorce, I decided to go rent because I didn't know what was going to happen with my life, obviously, naturally, 2 kids. And I decided to rent in the start of the pandemic, and I love my house.
But you're also a homeowner because you're an investor.
I'm also a
Yeah.
homeowner, and we
Okay.
own a portfolio of properties.
Yeah.
But that was my promise to myself. If I'm going to stay in a home that I love, which is this house, and my landlord isn't going to sell it to me, which they're not, I'm okay paying this rent. But as long as I invest my money elsewhere and let my money work for me. So buying investment properties, buying Airbnbs, rental properties,
Flips.
Yeah.
flips,
Yeah.
a building.
Yeah.
And that way I'm enjoying where I live. I love being a renter. There's perks to it. Something breaks, I call my landlord. It's amazing, right? And it happens to me on my investment property. Something breaks,
They're calling
they
you.
call me. So it's okay if you end up in that position. To purchase my house, I would have to put a lot of money down and my payment would double. So
So you've got a
I'm
really sweet deal where you're at.
I've got a great deal. And I'm okay.
But she wasn't just being a renter. She was investing then
Yeah.
in other things.
Other
Commercial
things,
real
yeah.
estate, a couple of properties, Airbnb, blah, 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 like she said. So fine. But sometimes people hear what Grant Cardone says and then, but fine, but are you investing your money in something? Because if you're just doing your job and doing your 401k, is that good enough? If you look at whatever the end is going to be, does that set you up where you want to be? And if not, then fine. Because they say, what's the wealth difference between a 65-year-old renter and a 65-year-old homeowner?
Huge.
It's like
Huge.
$8,000 for the 65-year-old renter, and it's like $450,000, I think, nationwide for the homeowner because of the forced savings.
Yeah.
Do you want to get to 65 and have $8,000, or do you want to get to 65 and have the $450,000 from paying off your home? Which here where we live, if you paid off any home starting today in 30 years, we know damn well that that's going to be well over $1 million one day. 30 years from now, who would have ever thought the $1 million house today, which was in let's even go back 20 years, in '05, I know was like $500,000, right? So that's 20. Now go back 30 years ago in the 90s, in 1995, what was $1 million house out here? Probably $100,000.
Probably.
So that goes back to my point. It's harder now, but what if you bought 5 of them?
Right.
Yeah.
If you bought 5 of them at $100,000 in 95, you have $5 million right now.
And I talk to Zach about this all the time.